Testing 1 2. Alright, hello, I'm Morton Dragon live on Twitch TV. And I'm here only to show my new city off. The new battle arena. The old castle. So sit back, I've done some changes since the last video. And I will put this up on YouTube as well. Thank you everybody for joining. And I think it says ARC on Twitch, but I'm not going to worry about it. Alright, we're more of a country guy, so burping, having a smoke. Here we go. Here's Warden Dragon, the decal with admin controls. There's some issues with the wardrobe of the tech suit. So I run around with the chest off since it is with my sword, tech sword bender, anything in here I can't kill. And this is the castle. This is the first one from 3 years ago I built. I went all out on this, but tried my best to make it the most fantastic as ever. This building right here has been added to give tools and room to crafting with some spacious places. Some vaults full of goodies. And we're gonna run on daylight, we'll fix that. This base is the first one I built on here before I created the city. And this has got glass all around it at the first level. First 4 pieces. You really can't mix the castle mod too easily with the default stuff or S+, because there's different sizes and heights of the walls and it don't line up, and it's just a big pain. This used to be enclosed with another glass wall. Is the reason for the place here. I like them gates, they work better. The battle arena has one. And here's room. I have plenty of room for anybody that wishes to come here and decorate. I'm looking for a mod to decorate my castles with beds, some furniture. Get a bar built in the new castle at the city. This auditorium is meant for that location, but due to the ground leveling and not wanting to put cementing and not wanting to put a floor in was attractive, so I brought that here. And here we are. Get out of here, I'll show you the battle arena. This is where the dinos were sitting, but I changed it. There was a windmill in here. And we could sit out here and watch people fight. It is a P versus E, but if a person wants to get their dinos to fight, there's an option, I do believe, but I wanted to build this. I could enable P versus P for like a couple hours once in a while and battle it out in here. People come and fight. Is to sit in the stands wherever there's a door, but stay out of the way of the fight noise. You might get yourself caught up in it. Alright. There's a door here from this side, but see the main gate's right here. It's this one, so a person can bring 2 dragons in, and they're very large. It's why this thing is so wide and so big. It's not the normal size that I've been seeing online. So we have dragons in here. It's an old mod. I brought back the Dragon Gods map. I mean Dino mod, and it would no longer work, but it hasn't been updated in such a long time. This side's the same. Torches everywhere. I'm not using a lot of power stuff with power. I'm gonna go here, just walk right down. Let's go top floor. This is kind of an idea from a mod or two. And I look on YouTube, look for some ideas, look around, and then I give it my own touch. I want to use the castle mod. They were using the full stuff. I wanted it to look nicer and more Romanish of Egypt back in the day. Yeah. Let's go to the city. Well, like wait for this one load. It takes a little bit for stuff to start. For some reason, it starts load at that end, which is cool. I've got a lot of time invested in Ark. I'm at 6,000 hours of playtime. When I tackle a game, I usually play it until I get bored with it. And with Ark and getting better with decoying and putting this stuff together, I've been learning and watching some of the pros do it on YouTube. And it's been good. Little houses everywhere. This one didn't have the porch area, not the porch area, but the patio. So I gave it a patio with a fireplace. Here's this one. This building is more of a breeding castle. If you want to breed them, not worry about them, let them turn loose. So if they're flyers, they're not going anywhere in here. This is a big. This one was built first before the Dragon City come into play. But I did have a notion of doing something like that, and it was a new spot. So it was, the other side was just like this, and I turned it into a building. Trees are from SOS. I love these trees. They're big, they're massive, and they have a lot of shade to look more natural out here. I guess it's not so much a city as a village. We have the castle. There it is, and there's a new addition to the castle on the left-hand side. But here's the church. This is different from the first video. I took the top right off of it and we redid it, and I like this a lot better. There's a house with a patio out there in the background. We'll get to these. I was trying to get rid of some of the brick, and I mean the rocks, because they spawn back so close to the building sometimes. We're getting upstairs. Nothing in it. I'm currently looking for a mod that allows for a lot of dynamics. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. This is one of my favorite spots to sit. And if I'm in game and someone owns it, I might find myself out here yet. Anyhow, I got the Dino Dragons. That's about the only mod in here. And there was a Crystal House one. I'm down to 17 mods. It'll be 18 if I put a deco one in here. Just looking for the right one. So the big castle. Here's the patio for the castle. It is a bit bigger. Ramps on both sides in case you need to go down and look that direction. I didn't want to tangle with the roundness here, so I didn't bump it into the castle. Here's inside the castle. It's ready for something in here to be filled up. I want a bar back here. We'll show you the upstairs in a bit. Well, see, this can be a bedroom or an office or a combination with deco if you want to add some stuff to it. There's a door going out the back. There is grass in here. I miscalculated when I built it, and it was had the whole front end. I wanted to raise it. Here's another room. The other one's like this. It's wrong, but I don't have the grass. Still livable. Here. Yeah. These areas here is free to take up as a bedroom. Some of this, once in a while, you gotta leave. It could be removed, but you'll see it from the outside. These are supposed to be deep rooms, but with the towers, you know, we got this size of room here, and there's another. See another tower to be in. The second room is here. This one's kind of small, enough for a few vaults, and you know, put your personal stuff in your own vault. Feel free. And here's another one. Here's the top half of this. Alright. Here's a place you can battle it out, player versus player here. You can watch and root whoever you're going for off if you wish to do it here. Feel free to feel with this build. If you want you want to be able to access the city and just hang out, maybe come here. And I mean, I have a month or two worth of building I've done here, and that's with all the properties except for the first castle. This castle number 3 that's on this server that I built. I wanted to outdo myself and do a better job at it, so here it is. This was ideas from him. I followed a few instructions. I didn't like the way, the only thing I got to complain about the author, it had you build the front end first. I think that was a mistake by doing it that way. Because when I matched them up in the back, the pillars didn't snap together nicely. You need to go to squares the size of the building, and then take a few out to put, you know, the walls in. Get it, you know, make a nice big area that you wish. Put the outer perimeter, at least that, so you know it's square and you know all ends will touch. So if your tower is off by something, I run into that. The problem and discovered is just the way you start them out with the towers. It's rather not too bad to figure out once you get the hang of it, but it took me a while. This is one of the best castles I've ever made, and I did it the way I wanted to do it with this property. It's just a nice house. I didn't care for the roof on top, and it was complicated with these wings because they angle off, and what do? You know, the ceiling tiles, the ceiling parts are, you know, they're not going for a little angle like that. Here's another patio. Villager mod for in here. This one took me a while because I was following somebody to a T. And then the instructions to do this with the pillars that he had added are this is a different animal. Here we got basement. Not much of a ceiling, but it is here. More for looks. This is what the author had done. You can see I had to use snap points with these angles. I'm gonna leave them here. You take one down, then you gotta put it back and fix it. And here's a nice room. I had pre-made buildings in here for a while, but things were lining up and they weren't as nice as what some of this turned out to be. That tree is an oak tree, the big one there. It's a better tree looking. It goes with the ground better than the one I had in there previously. Well, here it is. That's about all I got of the city. And the dragon is sitting up here. This is what the dragons look like on the server. They're wild. They're a KO punch out. They're rather easy to get with the Super Duper Trank Arrow. Super Duper Trank Arrow. It's a cool mod. We got mod rock element in here. So if you pick up a rock and get element, I was not wanting to make it easy to get a hold of that. So modifications come into play. Well, anyhow, this is my property. You all have a nice day, and come again. This is all I'm going to do for right now. Thank you.
Who's been